In the spring of 1983, a man named Douglas Fenn spent 4 months renovating a kitchen in Winnipeg, Manitoba. New floors, new cabinets, new countertops, new fixtures, new everything. It was not his kitchen. This is what happened. Douglas Fenn was 34 years old in the spring of 1983. He had recently purchased a house on Balmoral Street in the west end of Winnipeg. The house was a 1962 bungalow, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a kitchen that he described in a letter to his brother as an insult to the concept of cooking. He decided to renovate it himself. He was by trade a plumber. He knew how to work with his hands. He had a plan. He had a budget. He had a weekend in April when his neighbor was away and the street was quiet. He had the wrong house number. Douglas lived at 412 Balmoral Street. His neighbor, a man named Gerald Purcell, lived at 414. The houses were built in the same year by the same contractor from the same plans. They were, from the outside, identical in every meaningful respect except the number on the door. Douglas has stated in interviews that he does not remember looking at the number on the door. He has also stated that he is not sure why he didn't. He pauses here every time. He does not have a good answer. Douglas began work on the morning of April 9, 1983. He removed the cabinet doors first, then the cabinets themselves, then the flooring, then the backsplash. By the end of the first weekend, he had fully gutted what he believed to be his kitchen. It was Gerald Purcell's kitchen. Gerald was visiting his sister in Thunder Bay. He would be back in 4 months. Douglas spent the following week sourcing materials. He selected oak cabinets because the existing ones had been particle board, and he felt this was an opportunity to do things properly. He selected new linoleum flooring in a pattern he described as tasteful. He installed new copper plumbing fixtures because, as a plumber, he could do this himself and felt it would add value. He was adding value to Gerald Purcell's kitchen. He did not know this yet. By August of 1983, the kitchen was complete. Douglas stood in it for a moment before he left that final evening. He has said it was the best work he had ever done. He turned off the light. He locked the door behind him. He walked next door to his own house. His kitchen was exactly as he had left it in April. Douglas has been asked many times to describe the exact moment he realized what he had done. He says it was a Tuesday evening in late August. He was making dinner. He looked at his kitchen. He looked at his kitchen for a long time. He walked outside. He looked at the number on his door. He looked at the number on Gerald's door. He went back inside. He sat down. He has described the following 20 minutes as very quiet. He did not call anyone. He did not go back to Gerald's house. He sat in his original kitchen, which still had the particle board cabinets and the worn linoleum and the fixtures he had intended to replace. And he thought about what he was going to say to Gerald Purcell. Gerald was due home the following Saturday. Douglas had 5 days. He did not use them to prepare what he was going to say. He used them to renovate his own kitchen. Gerald Purcell returned from Thunder Bay on the morning of Saturday, August 27, 1983. He unlocked his front door. He walked to his kitchen. He stood in the doorway. He stood there for some time. Gerald has said he noticed 3 things in this order. First, his kitchen was different. Second, his kitchen was significantly better than it had been. Third, he had not done this. He made himself a cup of tea. He sat down at the kitchen table, which was the same table he had left, and which was now surrounded by a kitchen he did not recognize. He drank his tea. He thought about who had a key to his house. The list was short. It was, in fact, empty. Douglas knocked on Gerald's door at approximately 2 in the afternoon. He had prepared what he was going to say. He has not shared exactly what he said. Gerald has not shared exactly what was said to him. Both men agree that the conversation was fine. Both men agree it lasted about 20 minutes. Both men agree that at the end of it, Douglas went back to his house and Gerald made another cup of tea. Douglas Fenn is 74 years old. He still lives on Balmoral Street. He renovated his own kitchen in September of 1983, immediately after finishing Gerald's. He used the same materials, the same oak cabinets, the same linoleum, the same copper fixtures. His kitchen and Gerald's kitchen are, to this day, identical. He finds this funny now. It took approximately 8 years before he found it funny. Gerald Purcell lived at 414 Balmoral Street until 2019. He and Douglas were, by all accounts, good neighbors. Gerald has said the kitchen was the best kitchen he ever had. He has also said he never told Douglas that. He was asked why. He thought about it for a moment. He said, "I didn't want to encourage him." Douglas Fenn was asked if there was anything he would do differently. He said he would look at the number on the door. He was asked if he had any other regrets. He looked at the ceiling for a moment. He said the linoleum he chose for Gerald's kitchen was slightly better than the linoleum he chose for his own. He has thought about this for 40 years.